Well, that was yesterday. President Trump speaking to a group of millennial leaders, touching on a number of issues important to young Americans.
Our next guest was the moderator who you saw there on stage. You asked him that question. The moderator of the discussion. He joins us now, Charlie Kirk, the executive director of Turning Point USA. Hey, Charlie, great to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
That, you know, it was a lighthearted response to that question, but is he serious? Do you believe that he's regretting it, maybe?
No, I don't think so. That's the way some of the pundits and the mainstream media tried to spin it. But look, what I think he was trying to say is it's not easy to be president, especially with the opposition party being, you know, the mainstream media and all the ridiculous criticism that he has to endure. What I really think, you know, the broader point that he was making to our audience yesterday is we're fighting for you. We're fighting for that next generation. Not only that, we're fighting for you, but we're succeeding. And the point that he made that I thought was so impactful, specifically with the tax cut, it was not just a middle class tax cut, but it was a millennial tax cut, repealing the individual mandate tax. It essentially was a tax on the next generation for our, you know, for my peers that were not able to afford health care. They said, no, you have to pay health care. President Trump got rid of that. All the young workers that got bonuses that, by the way, $1,000 is not crumbs to a young worker at Home Depot or AT&T or all these other companies. So he did a wonderful job articulating it, and it was a great experience.
Or to a college kid. You also asked the president about support on college campuses. Take a listen.
If you look at what's going on with free speech, with the super left, with Antifa, with all of these characters, I'll tell you what, they get a lot of publicity. But you go to the real campuses and you go all over the country, you go out to the Middle West, you go out even to the coast in many cases. We have a tremendous support. I would say we have majority support. I think it's highly overblown.
You know, you're on these campuses. Are you seeing young people gravitating toward the message of this president?
Absolutely, and I think the president articulated that in the middle part of the country, there are more young people that support the president and his agenda than the media would give credit to it. And it's amazing to see that silent majority of young people rise up and support these policies.
Describe overall, what was the sentiment? What were some of the other questions, and what was the feeling from the folks in the audience? And what was it like to be next to the president?
It was surreal. I'll tell you what, I've had the opportunity to work with the First Family now for about the last 18 months, and through the campaign, this president is someone who's really fighting for our generation. And the sentiment, even from some of the people that were in the middle, is like, wow, you know, this president cares about us, he's fighting for us, and he's winning for us. Some of the other questions surrounded kind of the economy in general. We had a question about opioids, cost of college, student loans. But this is something that needs to happen more. Our leaders need to go talk directly to the next generation, because we cannot allow the Democrats to have a political monopoly on millennials and younger voters.
Well, Charlie Kirk, thanks for your time this morning. Congrats on the interview yesterday, Turning Point USA. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, politics in your future, I think. Congratulations on your success at such a young age.
Yep.